what happened last night. So everybody's loving the Raptors, and Chris, you came out and you said, pump the brakes, here's what's going to happen and why, and it did.
Look, the Raptors, credit to them. Great season, very good team.
Nice depth.
Not a hugely talented team.
Nice depth.
Not great depth. I love these guys that they have playing on their bench. Obviously, DeRozan and Lowry are great backcourt. But they are not ready for prime time.
Thank you.
It's showing. Last night, obviously, it showed Cleveland's superior. But they've lost, 3 of their last 4?
I think it's almost 6 of the last 8 playoff teams they faced.
6 of 7, I believe, against the last playoff teams they played. And that right there is the moment is getting too big. Like, now expectations are there.
Hey, by the way, Chris, you know this because it's a long season. There are certain times, I would say 3 weeks before the trading deadline, where teams lose focus. You know, there's a lot of rumors. The last couple of weeks of the regular season, last year, Golden State started kind of cinching everything up. These games, you can say they're just NBA regular season, but you know there are statement games. That felt last night like a statement game by LeBron.
Oh, look, Cleveland just showed them, look, we still own you. And don't forget it. And if we happen to meet you in Eastern Conference Finals, which I'm now thinking it'll be Philadelphia and Cleveland, I think Philadelphia will beat Toronto, assuming they're healthy. But if we do meet you, we've beaten you 13 out of the last 17 times. Don't ever forget it. And look, this happens to teams, and it happens to individual players. When expectations are put on you, there are players and teams that when they're the underdog, when nobody's expecting anything, they'll go out and win games. They'll get you 20 points consistently and look great. But once you put the expectations on it, okay, we're thinking of you that you might get to the finals, or you're the best team in the East, or we're thinking you can be our number 1 guy and give us 20 and 6 every night. They don't want that.
Buster Douglas shocked the world as a dog. Then he got paid to be a favorite against Holyfield. Wasn't the same guy. The psychology of sports. There is a lot of golfers on Thursday that are great. Go into the Masters Sunday with a lead and Tiger chasing you. Yeah. It is a whole different sport. And I agree with you. Toronto, coffee's for closers. They're a decaf team. Decaf coffee tastes mostly like coffee. It doesn't have the same pop. Okay, so I read these quotes yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to take the emotion out of it. I'm tired of being emotional. So Scott Brooks comes out and says, James Harden, definitely MVP. Kevin Durant came out yesterday and said, nah, not close. Harden, definitely MVP. Now, definitely is a word like clearly. It is dismissive of whatever you say. If I say, definitely LA's way better to live in than Akron. See, I'm being dismissive of your opinion.
Of my love of Akron.
So, James, I'm getting the word now with the MVP, definitely. Being dismissive of LeBron. Let's put the blind resume up. I'm going to take the emotion out of it, go clearly data. The guy on the right is averaging more assists, more rebounds, better field goal percentage, 4 times the triple-doubles, no games missed.
Hold on. Where are the 2 most important stats?
Whoa. What stats
Wins and points per game. You play to win the game, and the way you win the game is to have more points, but that's not up there. Why don't you throw defensive efficiency up there?
You tell me that is a definitely?
That's locker room speeches given. And praised. Well, how about practice speech? You know, I knew this was coming.
Why?
So I just have that intuition. So I came up with a blind resume of my own. Hit it, guys. Okay, the guy on the left, my left, has more assists, more rebounds per game, a better plus minus, more triple doubles, and games missed is, very close. Should he be MVP? Who's having a better year?
Blind resumes are stupid. Mostly it's dumb, and it's a ploy used by TV personalities. You're a jerk.
And let me say this, too. As you may have said something about Russell Westbrook going for another triple-double season.
By the way,
he should go for it.
Oh, okay, let me just state this. So, I'm glad you brought that up. I wasn't going to bring it up. until later. So Westbrook is averaging, like 25 points and 10 assists, and he's averaging 9.9 rebounds. Westbrook in the last 2 games has had 31 rebounds. Dude, he wants to go triple-double average.
He does.
Do you think I'm right?
Yes.
Okay.
And you know what? I think he should. And here's why. Because the Oklahoma City Thunder over the last 2 years are 52-14 when Westbrook gets a triple-double. This year they're 19-5 when he gets a triple-double. So their chances of winning are better when he gets a triple-double. So go for it. And I'm going to even go further. Because there's nothing wrong with wanting individual accolades. You played football and baseball, I think, in high school.
I was very much a team player.
You wanted to be all league.
Yes, I did.
So there's nothing wrong. Westbrook already sealed his place in history last year with the triple-double. To do it 2 years straight, think about that. Is phenomenal at 6'3". Now, I'll tell you this. I do think LeBron could have probably averaged a triple-double at some point in his career.
Yeah.
I think, though, before Westbrook did it, no one thought it was possible, except maybe Westbrook. Nobody thought you could do it. So I don't think LeBron really went out to do it. But I think now, my speculation, I bet you he wishes that he had gone ahead and averaged a triple-double before Westbrook. And I think what he's doing now is showing us I could average a triple-double if I wanted. And he probably could. But it's too late because Westbrook's
I don't like this idea. Let's go to something. I don't like being known as a hater of anything. I acknowledge that I said before the season I don't think the Sixers have enough three-point weapons to get to 40 wins like Vegas predicted. You knew I liked Ben Simmons, and you knew I liked Joel Embiid, but he was coming off injuries, and when bigs get hurt, they always get hurt. So I have no problem admitting their cohesion. They're a fun team to watch. But you, in the last week, are now taunting me with this. They're going to end up in the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, just for the record, Joel Embiid is not going to play in the first round.
Is that definite now?
Well, it's
2 to 4 weeks. The question was, will he? He could play in the first round.
It's not definite.
Okay, let me just ask you this. If he doesn't play, you like them in the Eastern Conference Finals? You think they beat
not without him, no.
So you're going to...
I think that I would probably slightly favor Indiana. If Embiid's out the whole series, if they meet Indiana in the first round, I think I'd slightly favor Indiana. Slightly. I think Philly would have a good chance because they're better equipped now to play without Embiid. They're obviously not as good without him. But now that you have Ersan Ilyasova, Marco Bellinelli, you've got more three-point shooters. You said they didn't have it. They added it. Saric can shoot threes. Robert Covington can shoot threes.
And
they are long.
No. They are long. Here's the two things I'll say. They are unbelievable. Covington's long.
Yes.
Simmons is long.
Sarge is 6'10".
Yeah, they are. They remind me of the Laker team years ago that had Kobe and Gasol. And they're just long. They get every loose ball.
So even when they go small without Embiid, they still are a pretty big team.
But I think you're buying into this because you know why I think you're buying into this? Because they're fun. And you and I are old enough. We grew up when the Sixers had Dr. J. McGinnis, and we loved them. I think people are buying into the Sixers. I think if Embiid is out for 2 or 3 games, I don't think they're beating Indiana.
Well, of course, it includes Embiid. Without Embiid, no, they're not getting to the conference finals. But it's 2 reasons. One, I think, I've said it on this show, Embiid and Simmons, if healthy, will be all-time greats. I feel completely confident in saying that.
That's fair.
2, it's the Eastern Conference. The Eastern Conference, who else in the East? Boston's totally banged up. And I got to be honest, I'll be surprised if Kyrie plays in the playoffs.
Hey,
I'm not. Yes, I will.
Whoa!
I said it on here a couple weeks ago that he might be out for the season. And I know it's not definite. I'm not saying it's definite. But I'm at the point where I think Boston understands we're not going to win the East. We're not going to win the finals. Let's get Kyrie healthy. That's not something somebody told me.
I appreciate burying the lead on that.
I just think that I'd be surprised if he's back in the second round if they get that far.
Wow.
So who else in the East? We've talked about Toronto.
No, I mean, listen.
Miami, Milwaukee. I think Cleveland, and I'm giving them a shot to win it all. A shot. They won't be favored, but a shot. But I'll tell you this. If they were in the West, A first-round exit wouldn't be out of the question.
So time out. Who wins the West?
If Cleveland was in the West, a first-round exit would not be out of the question.
That's fair.
Because the West is that strong.
And the East is that weak.
And the East is that. So that's my point. Like, other than Philadelphia and Cleveland, like who?
No.
If Boston were healthy,
boy,
it'd be
God,
different.
if the Sixers end up in the Eastern Conference Finals, do you know how hard I'm going to eat it on this show?
I think you should wear a full uniform, Dr. J knee pads, socks with tube socks.
I love
high up to your knee.
I love Dr. J.
Can we make that bet?
That if they're in the Eastern Conference Finals,
you wear a full Philadelphia 76ers uniform.
Yeah, but what's
braces,
in it for?
What do you want me to do? What would I need to wear? Or restaurant, whatever. Dinner.
Okay.
I'm calling mine. I want the headband. I want the Converse.
For the whole
old Dr.
show?
J Converse, yes. Old Docs, Converse, all that.
Okay.
Y'all writing this down?
Okay, but what do I get?
What do you want me to do?
Like I always
Name
tell
it.
my wife, what's in it for me?
That's
whole
what you
marriage.
always
Whatever,
tell
you
your
don't
wife.
have to come up with it right now, but come up with
Okay,
something.
I'll agree to your terms, but I gotta get.
You can come up with something. It's not something crazy, but
Okay.
something comparable to what your bet is. All right.
All right.
Like maybe
You
I'll
are
wear,
really in on this Sixers
I'll
thing.
wear like a.
You got to dress like Colin for the day.
Okay,
I
that's a
think
tough
fair.
one. That's a tough one.
with a sweater.
No kidding. Classy over here, guys. Classy. All right. Great stuff. By the way, top of the show, top of the hour, Joel Klatten, an amazing piece of video not released yet. That's coming up. It's The Herd.